you know, we're coming to the end of the day, and I think you only need one of the Millers up here on stage.
Actually, who wants both of us? Stay with me.
Oh, I'm gonna stay with you.
Stay with me.
Okay.
This wasn't planned, but you know what? I think it'll be better that way.
Okay, so, but with that said, you know, one of the things that Brad and Doug did a webinar, one of those national webinars on how to have your next 6 months be your best 6 months, and he's going to give you a condensed version because we're starting here at a great place. How many of you would like this next quarter to just rock it out? Okay? But to be intentional. So with that said, go ahead, Brad. I'll hang over here if you need me. Just point to me or kick me or...
Whatever I need from you.
Yeah.
Let's give Terry and David a round of applause today. I'm going to try not to like throw up all my excitement all over you right now because I'm pretty excited right now because this is our 4th year that we've been in Take Shape for Life, and I'm kind of an analytical person, so when I do my due diligence to be excited, you can know it's because I've done, you know, the due diligence to work those stats in my head. So you guys don't have to do the late nights that I do, staying up worrying about it. That's something I do. I'm a weirdo. So what I want to talk to you about is what will you create in 2014? And my first and foremost thing is to congratulate every single one of you for being here today. You guys already did your first step in creating an amazing new year. So let's give you guys a round of applause. So in the idea of what Terry mentioned, which is making your next 6 months and the next year your best year, I mean, 2013 was a great year for TSFL, and it really set us up for a phenomenal year in 2014. So you guys basically, you know, I put this little picture right here is you have the year ahead of you. What is it that you want to create? And I know I've had a few conversations, and I just want to throw it out there for some of the people that are sitting here, and it's like, you know, I see all those great things, and you know, basically if I could put this into a sentence is, know exactly what it is you want, and then celebrate every little victory that you accomplish in your personal trilogy. Your trilogy may be different than Lisa's trilogy, and how many people Casey wants to help is going to be different than how many people Kelly wants to help. We don't do comparative reality. We are all part of a huge movement that is creating health in America. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So first, like I've had a lot of people kind of say that, like, oh, I'm doing good. But, oh, that person's doing better. First of all, holy cow, you're doing phenomenal. So it all starts with knowing what it is you want and creating that blank canvas. And if I could kind of paint a picture for you, just kind of some of the stats in my head is, I just want to share these stats with you real quick. And I'm not a person that likes to talk about other people's stuff. You know, I'm really more concerned about what I'm doing. But just to kind of paint a picture with you, the weight loss industry, diet industry is down. Jenny Craig is up for sale. Curves is, yes, they're tripping over themselves to do something with Curves with a broken system. Nutrisystem is almost non-existent in the marketplace anymore. Weight Watchers has plummeted its attendance. And another company who I won't mention that tries very hard to be like ours is down over 50% in 2013 despite moving into other country as marketplace. That's what's going on. And Take Shape for Life as a whole grew over 9% last year. I want to even point out a little bit more. That is despite going through our CEO and our visionary, Brad McDonald passing away. That was a big loss, and I'd like to just take a moment to just say thank you for everything he's done for us. But also a compensation adjustment. A compensation adjustment that puts us in a better place moving forward, but every other company that is in history that has changed something in their compensation plan sees a huge dip. And with all of those conditions going on, Take Shape for Life, you can't destroy what it is that we are and what we're doing. It's powerful, isn't it? Is that kind of feel energized going into the new year? Yeah. All right, good. Because, let's call it what it is. People are choosing health right now, but generally November and December aren't your highest client acquisition months, am I right? So, it happens. People are getting healthy, and I want to kind of prove a point to that here in a little bit, but if you guys stay diligent, if you put into action these great things that we've heard over the last few hours, the stuff that we've shared with other people that is working, you will have no idea what is possible. And information is moving so fast right now, but I want to kind of just take a second to paint a picture. In this room, right here, right now, if you if you achieved the rank of executive director and higher in 2013, will you please raise your hand? Wow. So pretty much 3/4 of the room. So progress their business. And how many of those people would you say a large portion of that was the work that you did in January, February, and March that set you up for that? So pretty much all of you guys, right? So you heard Jessica John's many different stories. I mean, I know that our work that we started on, helping a lot of people progress their business last year started with this time of year right now. It started with those newsletters, those great tips that the Fabios gave. It started with laying the groundwork that Lisa talked about. It started with all those tips. It starts with right now because people are thinking health. And I want to show you this right now this is what's on people's minds. You guys see this? These are the New Year's resolutions for this year. You guys see any of those that we have matches on? Maybe a few? How about all of them? People want to lose weight. People want to get organized. I don't know if we can really help out with that, but I know when you order meal replacements, your pantry is a little bit more organized, right? Spend less time, save more. I mean, we help people with finances, but we also help them save money on their eating plans. Enjoy life to the fullest. Anyone enjoying life a little bit more here today? All right. Staying fit and healthy, something we talk about a little bit. Just all those great things. So what I'm talking about right now is get your motors ready. Be ready to help people because as people know, diets don't work. Dr. A has been preaching that for a long time. Terry, I'm sorry, I've kind of gone on a rant there, but how long have you been hearing Dr. A preach about diets don't work? Terry, you've been around for a long time. How long have you been doing it? Since day one, diets don't work. And a lot of people didn't know what that meant a long time ago. And now, would you guys pretty much agree across the United States, that's standard understanding? Yeah. Dr. A is so ahead of his time that that's why we're standing alone on what we're doing. And people need to change their habits. They need to get healthy. It starts with getting to a proper body weight composition, healthy BMI, and it starts with there and creating health for life. And do we have that tool to help everyone in the world right now? Cool. Not the world yet, but that's where we're going. But everyone in the United States. That is what we're doing. Because America needs our help. You guys see these stories up here? Like, I know that we do this every single day, but I want to ask you an honest question. Like, look at these stories. And I know it's, a lot of you are sitting far away, but these are powerful stories. And we see them every day. And people are dying to do these same things. And the one thing is so many people, they are figuring out ways to get in our world, those big corporations with things that they want to sell you. I mean, if I search something on Google, it's funny that all my ads on Facebook are about the same thing, right? Their ability to just throw things at you, people are getting sensitive to those things. They don't want to hear gimmicks anymore. They want to hear real life stories. And it's getting so much that people are so inundated with that information that they're just really giving up that there's help or that there's hope for what it is that they want. But we know we have a solution for them, right? And it's our voices that are going to get it done. Because who in here came into Take Shape for Life or got healthy because of an advertisement? They saw a billboard or they saw a commercial. Wow, not a single person. Who here saw someone in their world or heard about this program from a friend and that showed them how to get healthy? Pretty much everyone. That's how it works. So people want to get healthy. Make sure you're sharing it with people. We've had a lot of great tips on that. And I kind of already hit that point is people are tired of hearing it. There's all these things out there. Actually, Jake, to your point, I know what I'm doing. I know how to eat healthy. There's all this information out there. But they're tired of hearing the next gimmick because especially as information is so prevalent these days, people are knowing faster and more often that, that gimmick over there didn't work. That was a gimmick. This diet over here, that didn't work. So they're just really less apt to change or to attempt something. Did you know with all those stats that I gave? Because that's happening because people can communicate faster now. They know those things aren't working. And you know what is up? Technology apps. Fitness websites, those kind of things, because people are just clawing at some information because they know that stuff doesn't work, and that's why through a down dieting quote-unquote market, Take Shape for Life has continued to soar, and that is kind of painting the picture of exactly where it is we're going this year. So, some tips that I have for you guys, we've all gotten a lot of great tips today that are going to help us grow in this new year and help a lot of people get healthy. We have the Stop Challenge Choose, we have the super regional events, we have all these great things going on. So some additional things that will help you, make sure that you're helping as many people and these are some things that I've really put into effect in my business, is wake up every single morning and ask yourself, who needs me today? And who am I supporting to health? I know, I've heard a few people on our team that just, after you help a lot of people, they're just like, oh, there's really no one out there. I promise you, if you wake up every single day and concentrate on who can I talk to today, who is getting close to getting started on program, you will have a ton of people starting. And that, to my point, is I'm always a person that likes to not talk about things. I like to show people by my actions. So I kind of put this into effect. It's December, right? No one really wants to get healthy this month. Am I right? No, that's not true. It's a trick question. I started tracking all the people. So I basically went back, and this is going to be one of my next slides, but I went back and I started going through all my Facebook messages. I went through all my text messages. I went through all my old emails. And I went through my pre-client folder. I decided to take it somewhere than my pre-client folder because I have it there, but I threw it on a whiteboard. And you know what I realized? I had let an executive director plus business of people that were interested in getting healthy fall through the cracks. Pretty impactful when it hit me between the eyes. So my other preface to that would be is, practice following through. It's fun when you talk to someone for the first time and they say yes right away. It's the most fun when it takes someone some time to say yes and you stuck with them. Who here is stuck with someone and they didn't say yes for let's even say a year? Anyone? How awesome was it when they said they were ready to get healthy? So stick with those people. And if you wake up every single day, giving them, concentrating on who you can do some extra touches with, I guarantee that number will increase. So my point to that is, I started that this month. Guess how many people are already on their road to health this month? 4. 5 ready to go on Monday. Not waiting, and that doesn't include all the people that are like, I'm ready in January. I'm saying the people that are doing it right now. So who here has heard Susan LaBelle talk about green light thinking? I guess we kind of did it in our last training. This is a bigger event. But green light thinking is going into a conversation saying if I want to go talk to Craig Blanchett, I'm going to say, Craig's excited to talk to me. He hasn't seen me in a while. He loves people with red hair, and we're excited to chat. Or there's red light thinking where it's like, it's the holidays. Craig's probably pretty busy. I don't want to bother him, So green light thinking, people. That is what makes a huge difference in what you do. So green light thinking. Wake up every day with green light thinking and asking, who am I going to concentrate on today? And I swear it'll change your next week alone as it is. So that's one thing. And as I was putting together this presentation and putting some non-negotiables in my life at the beginning of this month, I've always liked that Becca Tinter said this, is they have their non-negotiables in their life. They have their schedule planned out ahead of time. So it's not by chance. They have everything figured out so that when someone is ready to get healthy, they drop what they're doing and get ready and get someone healthy. And you know what? I've been pretty busy. We had a great event in Baltimore with the home office, but those were long days. We were downstairs at 8, and Terry, what time did we take our first break? We just went all day long. I don't think we took a break. We literally were done. I had 2 people start while I was there, and that's because in my mind I had made the decision that if someone wanted to get healthy, they weren't waiting until that evening. If I had to take that phone call and run out of the room, it was programmed into my head. Don't raise your hand, but blink at me if you feel like you've let that non-negotiable slip a little bit in your life. I don't know, you guys probably don't have my same issue, so good for you. No one really blinked at me, so that's awesome. But actually, I'm sorry, I didn't put it up on screen. So drop what you're doing when someone's ready to get healthy. That is a big one. Becca, thank you for that one because that really was one of the first ones I grabbed onto when I went into this month. So that's huge. Like I said, I did the whiteboard, so just making sure, I don't care how you do it, everyone's mind works a little differently. I do highly encourage using the tools, the pre-client folder, but if there is a way that is easier for you, that you need to trick your brain on how to do more activity, talk with more people. I just put a picture of my whiteboard, but I have a huge 5x7 whiteboard, and you know what? I erased it. I erased the whole thing, and you know what it is? I took all those things and I wrote down all the people that I know that are very interested in getting healthy or need my help. And that's the first thing I see when I walk into my office every day. Helps me with an abundant mentality, and I've already started crossing people off that list. It feels good. So, I don't know what it is for you, but I encourage you to be creative. And that's actually leads me to my next slide, this is a fun business. We have who here thinks they're pretty creative? All right, we got some eyes and creativity, creative people in the room. Going into this time, the one thing that I've talked to a lot of people about is I feel like they're missing their creative edge. We have this amazing turnkey system. that doesn't mean that we're turnkey systems. So inject your creativity into your business. I don't care what it is. You know, some people talked about doing a newsletter or their Facebook groups or having a social networking night, or, you know, maybe, you know, the DeFabios talked about having a Christmas letter party. I don't care what it is, but inject your fun into your business. People will join you to get healthy when you have more fun. So that would probably be my biggest one, is because when I started this kind of campaign for myself this month, I said, what do I want to do to have fun in my business? And it kind of really changed the way that I did my actions even more every single day, because I was having fun doing it. So anyone possibly out there relate with that? All right, good. Be creative. I've talked with many of you. I know how creative you are, and people need to see that creativity. So let's get we got all these great tools. Let's get a little bit creative going on this new year. The next one is, and this just kind of hit me, and it's kind of worked my way through a lot of conversations. Who here knows the word ultra health? We don't really use it that much, do we? We don't. It's in the back of the Habits of Health. There's a whole chapter on it. Lisa Castro, you've kind of taken that to heart, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Ultra health. I invite you guys to join me this year and talk about ultra health a little bit more when you're chatting with people. I want to get that out there a little bit more because, one, the challenge already sets us up. Do you know how many coaches are going to be moving their health journey forward in the new year alone? When Ashley and I ever made a big push in our business to help more people or hit a next goal, do you know what it always potentially started with? Was setting a fitness health goal for ourselves. Because when you're in the process of creating health for yourself, it's easier to talk to other people about creating a process of health for themselves. So as you're starting your new year, I encourage you and implore you to make something. And Dr. A is a stinking genius because he already set us up with the underlying structure to do that. I think it's pretty cool. That man is always ahead of his time. I'm not positive he's not a robot. I tried to figure it out while I was in Baltimore. I thought I heard some ticking going on in there, but I'm pretty sure he's human because I heard him breathing. I'm being serious. Like, interject this into your business and your thoughts. And I just want to give Dr. A some props on that because he's always, the more and more I go in my journey, he's already ahead of us. It's pretty darn cool. And I just think that I'm a person in my life, you know, with my relationship with the Lord, that everything happens for a reason. And the more and more I'm in this business, that everything seems to come together. And I'm just really excited about that. That's what gets me even more excited. By the way, anyone see my tie? I'm a little bit excited about what we're doing these days. So, you know, forgive me if I'm blaring a little bit of excitement here. So that's another one that I invite you to join with me. The next one is this is Ashley and I's biggest thing, is concentrate on what you want. Start the new year with what you want. Start your day with what you want to accomplish. Start your month with what you want to accomplish. Because when you focus on what you want, you generally get what you want, right? And I actually want to give Dawn Borges a big props on this because, you know, one month I talked with her and she was just having this awesome month and she was accomplishing the goals that she had. You know, she had set out some goals the few months before, and yeah, she was moving forward. But this one month, she just seemed to be just knocking it out of the park. And I was like, Dawn, what did you do differently? She goes, Brad, I wrote down my goals. I started the month with them already in place. I set them next to my computer and I concentrated on them every day. And I was like, wow, what a great idea, right? She's a genius. Sure, none of us could have ever come up with that idea. No, but seriously, if you focus on what you want, you create what you want. And that's where the excitement, that knowledge, and the creativity will also reinforce that as well. So that's my other encouragement to you. And then lastly this is one I want to be kind of very open. And a lot of people in my group, I kind of was open about this the other day, is I have felt a little bit of a lull in my excitement, my passion, not my passion, because I am always passionate about what we do at Take Shape for Life, but if I have to be completely honest and open with you, and I hope that this is a place that I can be, is in the last 6 weeks, before I caught the fire again, I had kind of got into the motions of Take Shape for Life. I shared a little bit less. I maybe did a little bit more text messages than calling on my clients, and my actions and my excitement followed that down. Lisa talked about the downward spiral, the wrong way. And what I did is, I've heard this so many times, and it's not that I can't read this quote and know what it means, but I really took it to heart when I started this kind of campaign this month, and it's act your way into feeling rather than feeling your way into action. And if that's you, and actually I gotta do a quick sidebar. I know some of you right now are on top of the world, so if I'm bringing you down, please just cover your ears. But some of you, these are not the months where most people get healthy, and this was a real hit for me. And Take Shape Your Life encourages us to grow in so many areas, personally, in our actions. It's not the same as where before maybe a victory for you or always being good at your job was just showing up and not, not being horrible at your job. That was a win. Right now, there's so many different facets to it. So I had kind of followed myself down that trail, and I just started taking action. And you know what? Like the first week of taking action, I already told you how many people are getting healthy and how much easier it was to talk to people, but I had the best client calls. I got deeper with my clients on a more level, and it's not like they had a better week that week. I just was different because I acted. And I tell you, if you are feeling that, and at some point, I just gotta tell you guys, sometime it's gonna happen to you in your business. It's just inevitable. Blink at me if you've been in for a couple of years and that's happened to you. It's happened. And if you haven't had it happen, it will happen. It's not a bad thing. Lean into it. It's good. But what I do want to say is act your way into feeling, because sometimes when you first start sharing, you kind of get some no, not right now. Who here? I'm just gonna keep pulling the crowd here. Who here was devastated by the first no they ever got with somebody, right? Did it feel pretty good when you kept on sharing and got that yes? So keep on keeping on. Act your way into feeling. I can tell you that feeling's going to get really good here in the next weeks to months ahead, because we are destined for greatness. And that's kind of actually how I want to wrap it up here. So I just want to point out, I talked to you guys about where people's heads are at going into the new year. I mean, that's a pull. That's the reality. That's what is going on in Americans' minds right now. So I know sometimes it's kind of hard to think about how many people out there need our help, but close to almost 3/4 of the population is overweight or obese, and some people have health issues that aren't even in those categories. And this is what's being thrown in their face. Every single thing out there. There's this book. There's 10 pounds in 10 days. That sounds awesome. Or the magic pills. Or I found this guy last night. It was an ad on YouTube. Mike's magic drink. That's awesome. I can't wait to drink his magic drink and get healthy. And there's this thing you can wrap around your stomach and it's going to make you automatically healthy. It's so fantastic. And I know Chuck Norris has an awesome beard, but that Total Gym isn't getting anybody healthy. He's up there in the top right-hand corner. So what I'm saying is I gave you those stats at the beginning. We have an amazing offering. We have the potential and you've seen people's businesses be expanded and grow on the action that they've done this time of year. What I want to invite you to do with me is let's fulfill our legacy this year. It is our time to stand alone as a company that helps people create health and ultra health. So as we go into the new year, let's create that in America and have that be our motto. Thank you guys.